Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors, a Montana Knives. This is the Marshall Bushcraft Knife. Now, I've done two other Montana knives. I absolutely adore them. They're all incredibly well made, beautifully done, aesthetically done, which you know we don't worry about here. We worry about function. These things are gorgeous. All of the Montana knives were sent to me by JR. Man, again, thank you so much. I love this knife. Let's dive into it. But first, guys, you know what we got to take care of. There was a time in this country where 22 vets a day took their own lives. Now, stats are everywhere. That's why on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. Man, and all that means, all in the world that means is you have a place here. You're welcome here. I back the blue. I don't ask everybody to do that. It's one of my causes. I have my reasons. And before anybody says, oh, back the blue till it happened to you, it's happened to me more than it's happened to you. I have my reasons. I've stated them many times. The big thing is this, guys. I don't argue on this channel about politics, religion, or her. These are my causes. I will not ask you to support them. It's just something I believe in doing. Finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. That's very important to me. And none of the causes have anything to do with one with the other. They're just all three important to me. Now, the Marshall Bushcraft Knife. What I've started doing, guys, I like to open with a tire stabbing or some chopping or something you wouldn't normally see. And that's to kind of draw you in. You know, Scabber's been researching a little bit, and I got the idea from Rusty Knife Lover. Does it work? No, but, you know, it's a good idea. And I'm very appreciative for Rusty because he always looks out for me. Now, here's the deal, guys. The steel is 52-100. It's actually Parkerized 52-100 carbon steel blade. Guys, let me read to you the detailed breakdown. I don't like doing this a lot, but I've started to do it because it gives you a little bit more understanding of what the maker was thinking and what they want you to know about it. Now, the Marshall is made from a cryogenically treated 52-100 high carbon ball bearing steel, achieving the perfect balance of edge retention, toughness, wear resistance, and easy resharpening. The 7 5/8 inch blade is Parkerized to a matte black finish, which minimizes rust and glare. Now, the finger guard and groove. The built-in finger guard keeps your hand from riding up on the blade. It's a choil. I actually love that. Even in cold, wet conditions. The Marshall also features a finger groove above the guard, allowing you to choke up on the blade for added control when performing. So, let me say this. To me, it's basically got two choils, which are very, very comfortable when you hold in the fencing grip. I want to talk to you about the handle. First and foremost, the handle size, the actual G10 is 5 inches. The inner grip is right at 4 inches. So most hands will be able to hold this comfortably. Now listen, here's the deal. Even if you have to drop a pinky or two, the pommel is made to where your pinky or even 2 fingers off the bottom is insanely comfortable. Now, what I wanted to say is this, and this is from Montana Knife Company. We gave the Marshall 5-inch handle flat sides, which are particularly useful for bushcraft tasks. The flat sides allow your hand to lock in place to prevent twisting or turning when chopping. Now, I showed you a little bit of that before I stabbed the tire. The Marshall's handle scales are made from bulletproof G10 that can withstand any pounding or abuse and won't absorb blood or moisture. Let me just say this. I hear a lot of times people talk about G10 being slick. I've never known that to be the case. Y'all know that we've actually dampened our hands sometimes. But let me just say this. With these flat sides, and handles are always personal preference, and I will be the first to tell you, no one can tell you what kind of handle suits you. I'm not here to do that. I'm really not. I know that with busted up hands, my hands really appreciate a good handle, and I love this handle. Now, it has a hidden lanyard hole, and I showed you that. It is full tang construction. Any billboarding just has the MKC USA Made logo with R&D on the back end. 52-100 is one of my favorite carbon steels. Now, what I wanted to do with this particular blade, guys, is this. When it comes to Montana knives, not every single knife needs to be an industrial environment. I wanted to give you some industrial cutting to show you the toughness. I wanted to do that. I always tell people, look, when it comes to watching the knife work, guys, if I get too redundant, just turn the sound off, put your favorite song on, and watch the knife work. I've been spending more and more time trying to put in demonstrations that you can relate to. Not everybody works in an industrial environment. I understand that. Not everybody does bushcraft and camping. I understand that. I try to give you a good mix and a good blend. I don't do a lot of food prep because I personally don't spend a lot of time in the kitchen. I spend a lot of time at the kitchen table, but not at the kitchen. So I try to show you things that I do. The thing about this knife is this, and the other thing I do is try to cut in a bunch of different ways. I've heard people, oh, I wouldn't cut like that. Well, I wouldn't either, but I like to see how the knife works. I mean, we are a knife channel after all. I'm not here to sell you knives. I'm not here to tell you what knives you should like. I'm not here to tell you what politics in the knife world you should follow. I'm simply here to show you the damn thing work. And if a novice such as myself can make it work, well, Daniel Boone, all the better. The thing that I like about the Montana knives is simply this, and Tucker agrees, is ease of use. They are easy to use. They are not cumbersome. They are not heavy. They are well balanced. Now the handle, the balance point's actually right there where the G10 kind of meets the blade, the top of the G10, and it's hard to really pinpoint. But the balance of the knife, I can use a pinch grip. I can use a fencing grip. I can use that old man run the finger down the blade grip. I can stab with it. I can twist with it. I can turn with it. The thing about the knife is it's well balanced. It's well made. It came sharp. All three knives have came sharp. And remember how we talk about that? I've seen a particular knife maker got all upset because somebody wanted their knife sharp. And he said, oh, it's not a razor. I agree. But what it is for me, when there's a difference, I don't want a dull knife. I can make a dull knife. When it comes to a sharp knife, to me, it's just that little added extra attention to detail. It's checking the box, right? It's not about being lazy. Sure, we can sharpen knives. It's about attention to detail, especially, guys, listen to me, especially in the knife review realm. Right? There's a lot of things. I'll just be honest with you. I ain't got no reason to lie to you. There's a lot of this shit that I do. I don't do camping. I don't use day to day. But I do them in case somebody does or in case somebody has to. And we do it to show the toughness of the knife, the versatility of the knife, the heat treat of the knife. See, there's a difference in using a knife and showing a knife work. Right? And my goal is to become one of the best in the world at showing you one that works, not to sell you on it. Whether you buy it or not, it's immaterial to me. Would I carry this knife? Because at the end of the day, that's what all my reviews culminate in. Would I carry it? You're damn right I'd carry it. The three knives that I have done from Montana, I would carry all three, and I might carry all three at the same time. They're sharp, they're versatile, they're well built, and they will handle any task thrown at them. JR, man, dude, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sending this one. It's been a joy. Now, guys, remember this, please, because this is very important. I'm Scab. You're not, and I'm